button for push.
Whoa!
Mr.
Good job, giant explosion machine.
Explosion. New objective. Investigate the oak tree explosion. Plant, hold sprint. E button for nav. Hold E button for slurp nasty water.
Put a Pancho label on it and kids would probably give this up. Call
Plant,
it swamp cooler?
plant fiber. E button for nav. Hold X button for trash. Menu. Grass. Clover. Plant. Grass. Weed. Auto saving. You discovered Old Anthill. Tier 1 requires a busting tool. Plant. Sap. Plant fiber. Clover.
How many aphids is that?
You discovered acorn bits. Explosion. Objective complete. Investigate the oak tree explosion. New objective. Explore the lab.
That glowy thing?
Resource analyzer. Resource analyzer. Empty slot. Top times acorn bits. Raw science.
Science.
Resource. Connection lost. Space. Grounded. Main menu. Single player. Grounded. Multiplayer. Join online game. Host online. Continue. Space bar. Space. Enter button for accept. Escape button for cancel. Scenario cust boot selected by G button for start game. Resource analyzer. Resource time slime mold stock. Raw science.
Science.
Resource analyzer. Space bar button for continue. Common resource analyzer. Brain power. Plus 15. Resource empty slot. W button. Clover whip. Invalid object. W empty W button for brain power on resource analyzer. Raw science. Escape for custom game settings active. View them in the pause menu. Resource surveyor. Disable. E button for unfamiliar. E button. Disable. E button. Disable. E button for lock. E button for open. You discovered Oak Lab. Water cooler. Hold E button for slurp. explosion. Objective complete. Investigate the oak tree.
Alas, I am laid low.
Objective complete. Explore the lab. New objective. Help Urkel stand.
It's not as bad as it looks. Give me a second.
System reboot in progress.
Objective complete. Investigate the oak tree explosion. Objective.
Thanks for the helping hand.
Explore the lab.
I am Burgle, acting science manager for this project. I am also a robot.
Chat with Virgil.
I am sure this all must be very disorienting for you, but hopefully I can explain.
Virgil. E button for chat with Virgil.
I suspect you were miniaturized by Dr. Tully's spacer device. Why are you here in the yard? I do not know. In fact, I cannot seem to recall much of anything. A recent power surge has caused a massive raw science containment explosion. This lab, as you can see, is a disaster. And what's worse, the explosion has disrupted my computing power. My memory banks are corrupted. Sorry to pile on the bad news, my new friend. How can I be of service? It seems you and I are both a little discombobulated. Given my best calculations, your biomass has been subject to covalent spacing reduction via interatomic energy extraction. In other words, you have been shrunk. It is likely this was achieved using Dr. Wendell Tully's spacer platform, patent pending. Shrinking can be a traumatic experience for tiny human brains, and memory loss is a known side effect. Hopefully your memory will return in time. You are here, in the Oak Lab, built and used by Dr. Wendell Tully to experiment on all things small. This is the base of operations for conducting experiments in his yard. Dr. Tully is a brilliant scientist and inventor. He is also my creator. My initial protocol was to serve as the short order cook of the future. However, I have been recently promoted to acting science manager to assist with his experiments. No doubt my previous work experience has been invaluable to Dr. Tully. Although, now that I am processing it, I have not seen him for several weeks. And now I cannot recall where he went. It must be my corrupted memory banks. To return to your prior size, you would need to successfully activate Dr. Tully's spacer platform. Unfortunately, my readings indicate it is inoperable. It appears to have suffered several malfunctions from the explosion. I am sorry, but it appears you may be stranded here for some time until we find a solution. Well, being silent will not get you home. Does your vocal synthesizer require maintenance? Haha! That is a great idea. Let me run a full diagnostic scan on it and see what we need to do to get it fixed up. Processing! Processing! Memory fault. Code 408B3000. Ominent OS script runtime error. Arg! I am sorry again. It appears I have sustained more damage to my memory chips than expected. Without those memories, I do not know how to repair the spacer. Dr. Tully used two types of chips to back up my memory. Auxiliary chips are small capacity chips used to store project data. If you find these, I should be able to help you learn new survival recipes. Super chips are special, and they are gold. They back up full directories of my memory system. If we are going to fix the spacer, That data is bound to be on a super chip. I suggest exploring the other labs in the backyard. Return with any memory chips you find. Dr. Tully has built many more labs throughout the yard. Each lab is used for various experimental procedures. I can upload their locations to your Scabby. Stand by. Processing. Processing. Error. Files not found. Code 632C404. Cheese and fries. The lab locations are missing from my memory banks too. But we are in luck. I was able to retrieve the location of one of the facilities, the Hedge Lab. The Hedge Lab is the observation center of the yard and used for research on arachnid webbing. You will find the hedge near the house if you head southeast. The lab is located deep inside the hedge, sending the coordinates to your Scabby. Try to find the Hedge Lab first, but there is nothing stopping you from searching the yard for the other labs. Except, of course, thousands of angry, hungry insects. That reminds me, Dr. Tully locks the important labs with biometric scanners. You will need access for any chance of success. Head over to the ASL terminal and place your hand on the biometric scanner near it. Give it a moment to sync your signature into the mainframe. Once you are registered, you will be granted access to the ASL network of computers too. ASL grants access to daily work items, nay, tasks, nay, quests, yes, quests. I will reward you raw science for each completed quest. In my science shop, you can trade raw science back for survival recipes from experiments that Wendell conducted when he was first exploring the yard. Log on to the ASL terminal over there and see what is available. Unless you have any other questions, you really should get started finding those chips. And try not to die out there. Have an exponentially great day!
Explosion. Objective complete. Investigate the oak tree. Explode random access memories. New objective. Use the biometric scanner at the ASL terminal in the Oak Lab. Biometric scanner. Hold. Objective complete. Build. Roasting. Trailblazer. Objective complete. Build. Trail marker. Objective complete. Cook. Bug meat on camera. Random access memories. Objective complete. Use the biometric spending science. New objective. Purchase an upgrade in the science.
I do it your way, when you can do it the Roby's way. Put your cares away and have an exponentially great day. It is quite late, young human. Should you not be in bed? How can I help you
I
today?
have some questions for you.
Thank you. Come again soon.
Virgil.
Always happy to see a repeat customer. How can I help you
I
today?
have some questions.
Ask away, my
What should
friend.
I be doing now?
Do you want my advice on how to get home? Or are you looking for other adventures? would you do without me? My advice, if you want to get home, is to find all of my super chips in the other labs in the yard. Dr. Tully backed up my memories on super chips, and in theory, my restored memory will assist in repairing the spacer. Unfortunately, as I said, the only lab location I do remember is the Hedge Lab, located near the southeast corner near the house. The location of the super chip is on your map. Use your Scabby menu to access your map. It is very handy. First, build a good base to call home. Survival is important for your success. You are going to be here for the foreseeable future, so get cozy. Second, keep foraging for new materials and analyze them for additional recipes. Every new bushcraft recipe will make you a more formidable survivor. And lastly, check out the ASL terminals for additional quests to help me out. I will happily trade you more recipes for raw science. Find and return more of my chips to expand the list of recipes. Oh, and lastly, try not to die, laughing out loud. How can I help you
I
today?
have some questions for you.
Fare thee well, brave adventurer!
Virgil.
Processing.
Virgil. Biometric scanner. Hold E button for hold to use. Auto saving.
Science.
Science. Boom.
Lab module.
This morning, I installed the borrowed lab modules. Another one of my forgotten inventions from the early days. I had such grand notions back then. The Kinder Science Mini Quick Little Chemist Lab educational toy for children. But no, Wendell, we can't possibly put hydrochloric acid into the hands of children. The lawyers will never agree. It's a good thing I never told them about the Bunsen burners.
Disable.
Odd that Omni has been using my toy pieces in this way.
Mega milk molar.
I digress. The lab network is now up and running in the backyard. I'm planning to dedicate each one of them to a different function. Main power will run through here. The Oak Lab is the center of operations for the backyard.
Tier 2.
The second lab is nestled into the hedge. Such wonderful views from up there. Side note, I'm worried that Ominent's shoddy manufacturing of the lab pieces will cause them to fall apart over time, but they will do for now.
Found. Lab modules. You found a yogurt milk molar calcium chewable. Slurp the vitamin-infused pulp core to grow stronger. Get yoked. Water cooler sap water cooler. Hold E button for slurp.
Ugh. I've had worse, I guess.
water cooler. ASL terminal.
Performing diagnostic. Have to keep everything nice and clean. I'll need to process that. Have to keep everything nice and clean. Performing diagnostic. to the Tony tube.
ASL. Virgil. Resource. Raw science. Resource.
I have isolated the source of the particle irregularities. They appear to be a byproduct of the shrinking process. If I adjust the machine to account for their existence, it should be the key to the de-shrinking, expanding process.
Brain power unlocked.
Virgil, please bring up the readings for the irregular covalent SNPI 42Z particle traces. Ugh, that name is going to get tiresome. And while you're at it, rename all references to the irregular covalent SMPI 42Z particle to raw science.
Order received. Raw science identified. Does it require cooking, flipping, or grilling?
No, none of those. Categorization.
That answer is not permitted, according to health code standards governing the handling of raw food items.
You found raw science.
Science.
Science is out of control.
Super duper. Disable. Requires duper disk. E button for open.
I'm ready to go home now.
Yahuda 1988 finishing up. Workbench. Lean to. Storage basket. Lean to. E button for use. F button for relocate. Hold X button for recycle. Middle mouse button for lean to. E button 1018. Wake at 1818. Space bar button. 00. 00. Auto saving. Workbench, resource analyzer. Select a valid resource analyzer. Trail mark, storage basket. Workbench, spinning wheel. E button for build. Hold E button for super build. F button for basketball hoop. E button for build. Basketball hoop. Spinning wheel. Root corner. Spacebar, clover quarter root. Spacebar button for select. Spacebar button, grass half stairs. 102, spacebar button for plank palette. Spacebar button for select. Escape 2. Cookery. Cookery. Disable. E button for build. Disable. Hold E button for super build. Construction. Q button for previous radial page. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Space 1. Space 2. 3. Spacebar. Spacebar button for 3. Smithing station. Smithing station. Cookery. Disable. Cookery. Disable. E button. Menu. Load. Menu. Escape button for back. Save game. Spacebar button for save. Create new save. Spacebar button for save. Escape button for back. Yehuda. Spacebar button for save. W space override save. Spacebar button for Yehuda. B1E4. Total saves 8. Grasslands auto save. June 12, 2025, 5:36 and 10 sec. Menu. Quit. Quit to main. Spacebar button for yes.